Number one versus Rico McGuire. The record should reflect we've had an extensive in-chambers conference, and I guess coming out of that is a couple of things. First of all, my understanding is that now all of the buildings in Arbor 1, Arbor 1 West have been red tagged and are, in essence, condemned. What that basically means is that all of those individuals need to not be there or in those particular units. So that became the first, or once that was at least said to the court, that became the first issue of trying to figure out who has not been relocated. I want to hear from the tenants, I want to hear from the city of Ypsi, but I think, or the city of Ypsilanti building officials, but we've got to deal with that immediate problem. There are then two individuals who, Miss Llewellyn and then Grove, who we sent questions to, and I disclosed it to council, basically asking, did they wish to testify before the court? The other issue becoming whether or not they had been relocated. Again, I think the second thing I just brought up is the most important thing. Ms. Grove, can you hear me?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. You had indicated via the chat feature that you were at 3 different hotels?
Yes. So 2 weeks ago, they were going to fix our bathroom. And so they moved us into a hotel for a week. And then when we were supposed to be coming home, they give us another confirmation for another hotel because they had not started when they were supposed to, which was supposed to be on that Monday. They didn't go through that whole week. They waited until I think it was Friday, perhaps, to actually start doing the work. And then so from that
Pause right here. Red tagged isn't just bureaucratic language, it's the legal equivalent of a stop sign with teeth. When a building is condemned, no one is legally allowed to live there, full stop. And the second the judge hears that people are still inside, this case stops being routine housing court and turns into an emergency human safety issue. From this moment on, the clock is ticking, and not in the landlord's favor.
Saturday to the next week, we stayed in a hotel, and then last week we finally just came back because my son has to go to school. And we weren't able to go from that part of Canton or that part of Ypsi directly to a school.
Oh.
And then they said, "Oh, and I'm missing a step before. I'm so sorry." There was a 4th hotel booked for last week for them to fix what they did wrong, but my partner did say, can you guys reschedule or something? We really can't do this right now. So there was a 4th.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. Is it Gamble? You have also not been relocated. Is she one of ours?
Yes.
Why don't you come up to the podium, ma'am? 1 second before I get to you. Ms. Grove, I had one other question for you.
Yes, Your Honor.
When you were talking about your kids, how many kids are you talking about that you have to try to get to school?
One that I have to get to school, and one is 3 and not there yet.
Okay, gotcha. So you have one that the issue regarding schooling.
Yes, sir.
All right. I'm sorry, Ms. Gamble. I just wanted to make sure to get that in. Okay, thank you. It's just nice. You need to tell these people that because they weren't listening to me when I was going. All right. You haven't been relocated. Has there been an offer to relocate you, ma'am?
Yes, Lynette offered to relocate me 2 weeks ago, and the day that she asked me, I had to think about it. Then the next day I had to work, so it just didn't cross my mind. But she asked me on a Thursday. I don't know what day I came to see Alex Henry, but the day that I see him, that's the day that she asked to relocate.
All right. All right. Let me ask you this. How many people are in your unit? Just you? Oh, and a dog. That means there's two, right? All right.
Yeah.
So, would you like to be, well, you have to be, which is the real issue.
They gave me to the 15th, which was tomorrow. So had I been relocated to a hotel that she claimed that she was going to put me in, I would have came back to the rear tag anyway. So I would have had to leave again regardless. Because I got the red tag on my unit door last Wednesday.
Okay, so say that to me again. I want to make sure I'm understanding.
Okay. The day that she asked me was on a Thursday. That following week, which was last week on Wednesday, I got the red tag. When she told me that she would give me a hotel, it was going to be until April 15th, which is tomorrow. So had I been in the hotel this entire time, I would have had to come back and leave again.
Okay, so let me ask you this. If the issue wasn't resolved by the 15th, what you had to come back. So nobody told you what would happen on the 15th?
No, I just assumed that the hotel would be up and I would have to come back.
Okay. All right.
Bring me peace, not.
Pardon?
So I'm trying to bring you peace, not pain.
Gotcha. No, it's okay. Mr. Freeman?
I just didn't hear it. I got it so I could hear better.
Oh, okay. You heard the last part that she indicated that on the 15th, she believes she had to come back because there's nothing that tells her anything different than that.
I thought she said that they don't want to relocate.
I said that yes.
Yeah, they did, but she would have to come back on the 15th.
I'm not relocating.
She specifically said a hotel and she wanted to know if I wanted to be in a hotel in Ypsilanti or in Arbor because I go to school at Washington County, Community College, and I work at University of Michigan Hospital in Ann Arbor. She wanted to know where I wanted to be at as far as a hotel.
But you don't know. Okay. All right.
This is where the case quietly explodes. Courts don't just look at whether tenants were relocated, they look at how. Bouncing a family with kids between 3 for hotels? That's not relocation, that's displacement. And judges take school disruption very seriously, because once kids are involved, this stops being a property dispute and starts looking like a system failure.
So where do you want to be?
I want to be in another apartment. I don't want to be in a hotel.
I know. Stay right there. So here's also part of my concern. As it stands right now, these individuals being relocated to hotels, they can't go back or aren't supposed to be going back. So, I mean, what is the longer term solution for them?
Well, I think that for all these cases that are in front of you, that the long-term solution is for them to be placed in other certified units, either our the villas or some other certified unit. But they're not all available immediately. So we're putting people in hotels because they can't be in the buildings. So we're putting people in hotels till we can find them places. It's just not, it's not feasible at this point to just say that everybody. Plus, remember, until the latest red tagging, we were working on getting their units back together and fixed up so that a lot of them could go back because that's a big problem.
Okay. So,
I'll find it.
okay. No, it's okay. All right. So, Miss Fluellen, you have already moved. Is that correct? Oh, you just muted yourself.
Okay, yes, correct.
Okay. So you already have another unit.
I moved out. I'm not dealing with them at all. I moved to a whole
Say that to me
different
again.
I moved to a whole different complex. Not with them.
Got it. Okay.
Due
All
to
right.
black mold, so uncomfortable in my home with the maintenance people just entering my unit.
Okay. All right. The individuals that are in back, who are tenants in there? Okay.
Erica Reed would also like to
report about relocation issues.
Ms. Reed? All right, come on out. No, you can, no, I'll make you guys share the podium.
I have a question.
Oh, hold on, Ms. Llewellyn. Hello, what's your name?
Okay.
Okay. And so, have you been relocated?
Yes.
Where to?
72, Yellow Court.
Okay. All right. You said you wanted to tell me about.
Yes, Your Honor, she hasn't had no heat since day one, and her ceiling has caved in. They keep promising her a new furnace. She is the tenant that has been living in the hotel, paying out of pocket several for over 2 weeks now.
Need that file too, please. All right. And all of that's correct, ma'am?
Yes.
So, the unit that you were relocated to, the ceiling fell in?
Yes, the ceiling was out when I moved in, but they repaired it. I guess the next day, I came to the unit and it was fixed, but it was full of water. The floor was full of water. The ceiling was full of water.
Hold on. That was the new unit that you moved into?
Yes. So the same issue occurred, you know. The tub was falling out of the ceiling.
So, where are you now? You're in a hotel.
Well, back and forth from my mom's house and the hotel. They said they were gonna bring the furnace Thursday. I love the furnace.
What's your name? You got that one. What's the last name? Is there a case pending, sir? There's not. What did you want to? Why don't you come on up? We'll just squeeze you all in there. Can you spell your name, please?
Bradley. Last name Johnig.
Okay. And what did you want to tell the court? Although I don't have a case before me regarding.
And he says, thank you. I've asked for heat. I was told several times the heat works. I finally got a heater after I was berated and degraded. I asked for heat. And I was told that the heat was fixed by the certified boiler operator. I was asked for the heat back. I said, no. I'm holding myself one of the leaks from the neighbors down to my tub. So it's a big hole. And there's another leak where the left side of my toilet is actually sinking down. So it's just a matter of time to fall. I expressed to them that I was able. I had 2 spinal fusion surgeries that I would be from.
Notice the problem here: nobody knows the plan. No written timeline. No clarity. No safety net. In housing law, uncertainty is dangerous because when tenants don't know where they'll sleep tomorrow, they often end up doing the one thing they're legally forbidden to do: returning to condemned units. That's exactly the risk the judge is starting to zero in on.
So when it's cold, I'm in pain. And my nurse is said, when the heat burns, I said, it doesn't. Please. Since January 2nd. And then February, 2 days ago, I had the red stick, which indicated that February the 2nd, the place was working again. So I'm back until I can move right up to the camera over here.
What was your last thing?
My daughter always wants to visit, but it's too cold. It's not having and it smells. The building smells spoiled. Very lucky.
Hold on a moment. Is this gentleman intending to file an affirmative complaint?
We just sent him the order to take form.
Got it. Okay. Okay. I'm not going to cram any more people up here. Maybe, I don't know. That's Mr. McGuire back there, right? And then.
Your Honor, there was one more tenant who had to leave to take her final exam, Jayla Evans. She
Okay.
says she has not yet been reported.
Jayla Evans. And Mr. Friedman, do you know anything about Miss Evans?
She was offered a hotel. April 3rd.
So Miss Llewellyn is taking care of herself. Miss Llewellyn, have you guys talked to her?
Yes, we have. I think we were going to help her with a motion for release in escrow.
Okay. Well, I'll deal with that at some other time, but she's in that process. And has anything affirmatively been filed? I guess I shouldn't put it that way because that means something different now. But in terms of a counter complaint or anything else in the Grove matter?
I believe they filed something on their own, Your Honor.
Did they? Okay. Mr. Friedman, was there anything else that you wanted to? Okay. I frankly thought it wouldn't have to be said, but when I listen to Miss Reed, when I say relocation, that's into a place that at minimum complies with the Michigan health and safety codes. I mean, you can't relocate somebody to a place they can't live. I mean, it just, yes, ma'am.
It's further relocations, that people are telling you, it's very discouraging for me to want to move into a place that they suggest, if you understand.
Yeah, no, I get you. And let me just explain to you. So for the cases that are before me, my primary objective, while having a different one when I walked in today, right? But now looking at everything, realizing that all the buildings have been rag tagged, my primary objective is we need to get the individuals out. That really is it. But then when I listen to Reed, problem is, yeah, I gotta get you out, but I gotta get you out in a place that just meets the minimal requirements for health and safety. I mean, you can't. I could get you all out if I was going to put you in a parking lot. I mean, but that's not what we're supposed to be doing here. So, here's what the court's going to order. And I'm just going to have to specify my orders a little bit more clearly. And that is that the tenants which are subject to this court's jurisdiction are to be relocated to units or places that meet Ypsilanti housing code and the state of Michigan housing code requirements. Because I've heard from them today, I'm going to indicate that do you have children that you're trying to deal with or no?
Yes, I have 2 19-year-olds.
Okay. So there's 3 of you. Is that now? You're 4.
13, 18.
Okay. So for you, I hear you, and I wanted to hear from you because now they are at least placed on some notice. I have to have a case before I can rule specifically on your case, and it's just you, right? Not right. You and the dog. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to put it that way. I just that was an awful way. And I know my mom will raise me better than that. Just say just you. All right. So here's what I'm going to order. That Miss Reed is to be relocated according to the court's new order. She doesn't have to reside in that unit that they put her in. They need to find some other unit or some other place for her to reside that meets Ypsilanti and state code. Ms. Gamble, same thing. She's to relocate to a place with and looking more toward permanency of residency, but it has to comply with Michigan state code and Ypsilanti code or the jurisdiction in which the unit resides. So that probably also should be part of that. And I'm also going to order that for the individuals in the Vance that are, did they leave already? No, it's Grove and Vance. Yes, in Vance and Grove, that they are to be relocated to a suitable residence.
Let's be very clear, relocating someone into a unit where the ceiling collapses is not compliance, it's negligence with a fresh coat of paint. Under Michigan housing law, relocation must meet minimum habitability standards. That means heat, structural safety, and basic sanitation. If the solution recreates the same danger, the court treats it as no solution at all.
With keeping in mind to cause least disruption to the family. We cannot have these relocations that are lasting at these hotels, particularly for families that are lasting a period in time without them having notification of the renewal so that they can stay there. So what I'm also going to order is that individuals that are relocated to a hotel, they're to be notified not less than 3 days prior to the expiration of the stay that they are going to be able to continue to stay at that location. The intent is you just can't put them in there and, like Ms. Campbell was saying, well, I'm out on the 15th and I got to come back. Or like the Groves where they're bouncing around and then they all of a sudden end up back at these condemned units because they can't be there. Sir, I've given a general order. It really doesn't necessarily apply to you, but if once I have a case in front of me, my intent is going to be to have this gentleman relocated immediately to a suitable location. And as to Ms. Evans, who is not here, but I've heard from council representative, she is also to be relocated. Do you know how many are? Okay, but she is to be relocated in accord with the order. So those are specific relocations that need to take place now. To relocate, all of these individuals are to be relocated by Friday, 5 o'clock.
Your Honor, Mr. Friedman indicated
Go ahead.
that plaintiff would reimburse Ms. Reed for her out-of-pocket hotel stay. I just want to make sure that that's also.
Mr. Friedman?
We discussed that.
Yes. So, ma'am, do you have your cost of staying at the hotel?
I can get it from, because I was staying at the hotel that I work at.
Okay,
Yes, and they gave me a discount for it. I mean, I
got it. Okay. So I want a copy of your out-of-pocket expenses. I need you to submit a copy to the court. I need you also to submit a copy to, are you representing her or no?
Her answer is confirmed for answering counter complaint, but I have to do.
Okay. Get that bill to legal services, or that bill. So the court wants a copy. They want a copy. I also would say to get one to Mr. Friedman, but what I'm going to let happen is you get that to legal services, and I'm going to order as part of the order, and if you would, Ms. Kim, prepare an order that they are to reimburse her for her out-of-pocket expenses. Okay. All right. Was there anything else? Yes, Mr. McGuire.
I just want to know if I can get access to that list, my hotel room and stuff on 15.
Do you know about that, counsel?
Yes, Mr. McGuire indicated expired to participate 6, so.
The 15th of this month, tomorrow? Okay, well, is his unit going to be extended? I mean, what's going to happen with him? You're in the hotel room now. All right.
This is the extended trip.
All right, it will be extended. So All right. Was there anything else from anyone?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, go ahead, Miss Grove.
I apologize for intruding. I do have one question that my partner wanted me to really make sure that I ask. Because we were in the hotel for so long, obviously with 2 kids and the 2 of us, our groceries went exponentially high. Is there any kind of reimbursement for that or per diem?
Ma'am, yeah, I understand what you're saying, and
This is the turning point. When a judge says, I could put you in a parking lot, that's not sarcasm, it's a legal boundary being drawn in bold ink. The court is making something crystal clear: getting people out isn't enough. The law requires dignity, safety, and livable conditions. Anything less? The court will shut it down.
I'm not going to at this point order anything regarding that, ma'am. What I will do is I'm going to, unless there's an objection from counsel, I am going to check, see if there are resources within the county that may be able to assist individuals in this way, but I don't know at this point. Okay, ma'am?
No problem. Thank you, Your Honor.
I do hear you, and I understand that. And that was something that was, while we were in back talking, was brought up regarding food costs, regarding also just trying to get kids back and forth from school and just additional travel costs, and where are the resources to help folks regarding that. So it was brought up. I'm just not prepared to rule in on that at this point.
Totally understand, Your Honor.
All right.
I have.
Yes, Ms. Llewellyn, you had something else to say?
Yes, it was multiple reasons why I moved out, but my main question is my lease was up yesterday. How we go about that?
I'm sorry, your lease was up?
Yesterday.
Yes, I know. Okay, I think you had mentioned that to us.
Yeah.
So what's your question to me?
Is possible I can break my lease? Well, since I don't have a lease anymore, how do I go about breaking it and the money that I put in escrow on my own?
All right, there would have to be, you put money in escrow where?
At your courthouse in November.
At the courthouse.
Before you did a court.
Okay, there'll have to be a specific, okay, that would have to be specifically addressed by me if you were seeking return of that. And we did discuss that in the parameters of that. Ma'am, when you moved in, did you pay a security deposit?
I did.
Okay, and how much was that security?
I want to say $1,000. I'm not for sure.
Okay. So, what I'm going to ask you to do, you guys have you been working with Ms. Sloan? All right. I'm going to ask you to contact legal services. We also talked about the parameters of how all of that was going to occur.
Okay.
For people that have moved out and who would then be relinquishing any right to the unit, and how we work that out. So I would prefer that you talk with them, and then we can see where we can go from there. Okay?
Okay, because the reason why I really moved out is when it rained, it floods, and my heat wasn't working, and I'm asthmatic. It's black mold.
I got you. I hear you on everything. Let's just see if we can try to do the separation. How we're going to do that? Okay?
Okay.
All right. You had something else? No, I'm not. I was pointing at you.
Sorry. No, I'll just talk to the program.
Okay. All right. Okay, folks. That's it. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to adjourn these matters out. I'm keeping them on a tight leash so that as these other ones come up. And so I'm going to adjourn it to April 28th. 28th. April 28th at 9 a.m. For those who want to testify to the court, I'm going to ask you to coordinate through legal services and counsel so that maybe they're staggered throughout the day so they're not here all the time. I basically set aside that time so that we can deal with all of this.
Is that full day?
That doesn't mean you can take it, but yes. All right, yes. I basically set that aside, but the way my life goes, you never know what's going to come up and what I will have to deal with. The gentleman from Ipsy, what was the day all of the buildings became red tagged? That, if you know what I mean, that was a very badly.
April 8th was the last day of the red tag buildings. The first red tag building was on the 21st of February.
Okay, so as of April 8th, all the buildings were red tagged.
I have a printed copy, but even just to make sure they have a date, maybe give them 7 days to respond so that all their things are put out.
Well, they shouldn't be throwing anything out of any of these units. I mean, it's almost the assumption has to be made that they've left their unit at least temporarily because of the condemnation. I think they've run, I'm not going to specifically address it, but I will say that there probably going to be some issues if they're declaring these units abandoned under these circumstances. So, yes, ma'am.
Sorry, my last name. I had a note on my door and I meant to bring it in and take a picture of it. It still says pay Arbor 1 instead of pay to the court. I'm going to take a picture and send it to legal services so they can put it into the court. But yeah, it's still saying pay them instead of the court.
Pay the court or pay the city of Ypsilanti? It's all right. No, I got you. It's really as simple as that. All right.
Sorry.
I don't know who's sending those. I will get to the bottom of it. I'm going to tell you, for any rental payments, if you have a case pending before the court, you are to pay that to the court escrow or the city of Ypsilanti. If you do not have a case pending, you pay it to the city of Ypsilanti. Is that it, folks? Yes, you can go. All right, that's it.